Bolters, you've done so well sticking with us this far. We've done all the complicated parts, such as setting up authentication, server functions, buying a domain, publishing, and now comes the fun part. This is where we get to optimize the user interface and the user flow. So with that, let's dive into it. To start off, let's do a bit of a design audit to see what it's already implemented. Now, if we're looking at the landing page, we can see it's implemented these cyan colors, a bit of teal, and a variety of different gradients. Hopping over to the sign in page, we can see this is a more royal blue color that it's using. Personally, I like the royal blue better. So let's prompt it to create a universal source of truth for all the designs and use this color throughout. Here's our prompt. The sign-in page uses a royal blue color for the sign-in button. Let's use this as the primary color throughout the website. Use best practices to create a universal source of truth so that the landing page and dashboard also uses this color. We'll enhance this prompt. Looks good to me. Let's plan it out and send. Thanks to plan mode, the agent has described exactly the approach it wants to take. This method suggests creating the color in one place, so if you change it there, it propagates that change everywhere. Turn it off plan mode and send the build. The plan's complete, and let's have a look at what it's changed. We can see it's implemented this royal blue throughout the homepage. Now it seems more visually consistent when you jump between the two. Now let's look at the create account page. This is one simple page, and let's modify the sign in page to look more like this. Also, we want to encourage the users to sign in with Google, and we can simplify this page by collapsing all of these input fields to be revealed by a button if they choose to sign in with email. Please simplify the sign in page to use the same structure as the create account page. Also, on both of these pages, let's prioritize continuing with Google even more. Only reveal the input fields to sign in or create an account if the user selects the email option. It's done, let's check it out. There we go, much simpler, encouraging them to sign in with Google. If they want to sign in with email, they can. We can also easily swap over to creating an account. Here's one more tweak to the sign up and create account page, and we'll send it off. There we go, much better, very simple, and it looks like it's working. How about if we'd like to change the logo? Simply add our file, please use the attached file as the logo on the landing page, create account page, sign in page, and dashboard. And as simple as that, the logo has been updated on the landing page and the sign in pages. Now let's move on to the dashboard. A core principle of design is keeping things simple. This is still a little bit overwhelming, so let's do our best to simplify things. Now, a good way to save time is by clustering your prompts together. If they're quite simple asks, you can often ask for 3 or 4 things in one go. So let's have a look through what I'm asking. Please change the logo to say Expense Manager instead of SaaS Expense Manager. Also, remove the text underneath it that says Subscription Management to simplify this area. Also, please remove the date in the top right corner of the dashboard. Change the background gradient of the monthly spend component to use a more blue gradient from the landing page. Also, remove active subscriptions from the dashboard page, and recommendations should take up the full width. There's a lot to process, so I've changed over to Opus, and I'm going to enhance the prompt to give it a bit more structure. It's clearly structured our prompt. Now let's send it. It's finished the prompt, and it had absolutely no problem implementing all of them. Now the dashboard looks simpler and more approachable. If you remember back to our previous videos, we had created this dashboard page based on a screenshot of another design. That was implemented here, but not on the subscriptions or the analytics. If we look at the top, notice that it's different on the other pages. So let's ask it to use the dashboard as a model for the other pages. So these cards on the subscription page look a little too complicated. Let's try and simplify them as well. Here we go. Look at the layout of the dashboard page. The top part is simpler than other pages. Please use the same top layout structure from the dashboard on the subscriptions and analytics pages. Also, the subscription cards on the subscription page look a bit complicated. Please simplify them to be more visually appealing. All cards on the subscription and analytics pages should use the same rounded corner styling as the cards on the dashboard page. Let's enhance the prompt again and build it. Now our subscriptions and analytics pages are looking much better. The add subscription flow still seems a little clunky. Let's improve this. Here's our prompt. I provided a screenshot of the add subscription modal. Please modify it so it looks more similar to the subscription cards with similar rounded corners. You can remove the website URL and description input now that this is AI generated. The cost per seat always has a 0 at the front of the number, which is not necessary. Also, the drop-down arrows in the drop-downs should have padding separating them from the edge of the drop-down. Let's enhance the prompt to give it a bit of structure. I like to do that when you're touching on multiple things in one prompt, and build. So let's test it out. Add subscription, and it does look a little bit better. Is the cost per seat working? Yes. The URL is gone, and these drop-down toggles have been moved over to the left a little. Now let's try something a little bit more fun and jump over into Figma to copy a Figma frame. Here I've found a community project that's been shared publicly. We can zoom in and say we want to use this as our dark and light mode toggle. Notice this is a frame. Notice this is also a frame. What I'm going to do is select both of them. I'm going to frame them together, and then let's copy a link to that selection. Now let's go about using this frame as inspiration in our project. Import Figma frame. We'll paste the frame here and press import Figma frame into Bolt. We can see the frame that we've attached into the prompt. I have attached a Figma frame, which shows a toggle in both positions, one for dark mode and one for light mode. Please add this toggle to the bottom of the dashboard side panel. It should be fully functional. When I click it, the toggle pin should move side to side, and it should change from light mode to dark mode, impacting all of the elements on the page. The agent's finished working, and now we can see a slightly too large toggle in the sidebar. That said, let's test it out. Look at that. It's maintained the stars, the image of the moon. We can see the sun and the clouds in the background, and it looks just like the Figma components, and it's working. We just need to make it a little bit smaller and we're good to go. Let's do something else fun and bring in a component from an external library. Now, the internet is a big place with a lot of resources. Let's use them to our advantage. This is React Bits, and it's got a whole variety of React components in it. Let's have a look. All of these are easily imported into your project. This electric border looks fun, and I think it would work well for one of our emphasized components. Let's jump over into code. We'll look at the install section, make sure we're on NPM, and we'll copy this. Here's the prompt. I want to add a component called electric border to the monthly spend on the dashboard page. Step 1, install it using this, and I've pasted what we just copied. Step 2, implement it onto the monthly spend card. Below is an example implementation of it. Let's come back into React Bits, make sure we're on TypeScript and Tailwind, and we'll copy this code and paste this underneath. The prompt is complete, and just like that, the electric border has been implemented to our monthly spend component. This may not be entirely appropriate for a corporate dashboard. However, this gives you an example and shows you how you can implement other components and bring them in and utilize them inside your project. The last thing we'll touch on in this video is making your site mobile responsive. So if we remember back to this button here, we can toggle in and out of responsive mode. Notice how it's not mobile responsive at all. This is where a prompt can fix this. Please make my dashboard and the side panel mobile responsive. The side panel should collapse into a hamburger menu, and the entire dashboard should be vertically stacked so it fits in a mobile view. There are a fair amount of components to plan here, so let's put it in plan mode. We'll answer the questions, turn it off plan mode, and submit. In one prompt, you can see that the agent has been able to transform the design from just desktop view to mobile as well. It's stacked all the cards vertically, and it's integrated our hamburger menu on the left, which opens up the side panel. And there we go. In this video, you've learned a wide variety of prompting techniques that you can use to improve your user interface and your user experience.